just a second for the, there it goes. Hold on. Right.
Okay, the September meeting of Iowa Water and Wastewater Authority will come to order. Roll call.
President Gaypart. Present. Treasurer Parker.
Here.
Secretary Duval.
Here.
Director Wager.
Here.
And Director Brown is absent. Okay,
So stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, public comment. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. When you recognize, please stand, state your name, and then address the board in a professional manner. The directors may not respond to your comments during this meeting. Rather, they may take your comments and suggestions under advisement, and your questions will be directed to the appropriate person or department for follow-up. Do we have any public comment? Okay. No public comment. Let's move on to financial report.
I've got to approve the agenda first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the minutes.
And that's not on there.
Consent.
Oh, I missed it. Consent. I'm sorry,
Here,
guys.
we go back.
It's the first time I've done this. Okay,
It's cool.
consent items. Approval of agenda. Do I have an approval? Motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
So moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved. Approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Has everyone read the minutes? Are there any additions or corrections? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Oh, good.
When?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes last meeting.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Thank you. Okay, now we will move on to financial reports.
I have nothing substantial other than we did have communication back and forth with Right Water concerning the delayed invoicing on the PNA project. And, they revised that invoicing, as you're aware, and, I did cut that check out of this, month's financials. So that was $9,334.75. There was nothing else out of the ordinary or extraordinary, about this month's financials.
Just to clarify for me.
Yeah.
This whole right water thing was, the draft was set up before you came on board, right? Or was done before?
The PNA, or what do you mean?
Well, the draft report that we updated and now they're charging us.
Water plan.
Right, the water plan, I'm sorry.
So the water plan has been in place since 2020, 21. 21 maybe. January of 21 then, and I came on in September.
But just a draft.
It stayed in draft form this whole time. It's
Right.
not been finalized into a final report. So they're revising that draft document.
With the revisions that we did during our
Yes.
study session.
Yes,
And they're
and
charging us how much to do that?
it's $10,000, but the county is now paying $5,000 of it, and the water authority is paying the other $5,000. Because of it really wouldn't have benefited you guys in any way right now to update it. But because we're wanting to return their bulk water, it needs to be revised to state.
Right. So then once they're paid, the final draft will be
It'll be a final document.
a final document, and then the county can buy bulk water from us legally.
Correct, and we can use that document to seek grant money
Okay,
moving forward. So it does benefit us in that aspect.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The financials, it looks like we're pretty much on track with most things, right? We're catching up.
On some of
And
the,
some things we have extra, but
Right.
right,
some things we're over. Obviously. Repair, maintenance, legal. Any other comments about the financials
I didn't have
from the board?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's move on to staff reports. Is Paul here?
No, he hasn't. I sent him a text, but he hasn't responded, so. I can tell you from his stuff, there isn't anything really crazy.
Yeah.
I know they got the one arm fixed and we're looking for a crane to get the other arm. Cause Donnie doesn't have a crane that's big enough to reach.
So I can give you a little update on that right now. My husband works for Cat. He has a much larger truck now with a larger crane and with a larger capacity. We went to his supervisors over there and asked if he can assist us at the sewer plant with trying to pull that out. That's gonna save us thousands of dollars if the reach on that will reach across, because they're only charging $2.50 an hour for him to be out here. They're not charging mobilization or any of that. We're gonna do a dry run. He and Paul are setting up a time for him to come out there. He's not concerned with the weight capacity, because the weight capacity is well within its limits, but seeing if the reach will go across. Paul will get his guys out there, Dale will meet him out there and see if they can get that pulled out. If they get it pulled out, they'll take it off and get it to the company that's gonna fix it. If they can't, then we're looking at having to hire a crane company to come out here, and I think that cost us in excess of 5,000 to 7,000 last time. So when I say it's saving us lots of money, it's saving us lots of money.
So they charge trip charge too, or just,
Cat's not doing that.
no?
Cat's not doing that. But if we have a crane company do it, they'll charge us mobilization and everything. That's why we're trying to get around that
Yeah.
right now.
When do you think Cat will be able to do this year?
He's organizing that with Paul directly.
Okay.
I asked to be removed as a middleman because I don't like delivering messages back and forth. So they're working together to figure out a date to get that done. I do believe it's this week, though. It may be Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So they're trying to get it done as soon as possible.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
Getting that second one back in there will help us get the pump back out again quicker.
Much faster.
It's pumping it out now, but it's at a much slower rate than it would be. Arguably with two of them.
For sure.
Right.
And we have a deadline at the end of this month to get that done by the CDPHE, or Paul's gonna go back and beg for another deadline. Extension.
How many extensions have we had?
Three? Two or three at this point.
Two, I think.
Two?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think this was our second one.
so it was July,
Mm-hmm. And now
then
September, yeah.
September,
Mhm.
so,
Our fingers crossed.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thinking happy thoughts.
Okay, Kim.
So I got a little update from Bobert's office today, on that congressional community project funding. Their government, funding deadline is September 30th. They'll keep in touch with me as the bills progress through the legislative process. And she reminded me any government funding deal will need to pass the Senate, be signed into law by the White House before it's final. So, their funding deadline is September 30th, and as we hit that deadline, they'll keep me in the loop as to where it's at in the process. Water plan revisions. Wright Water submitted a email with a list of requests yesterday for items they deem necessary to make those revisions. Sasha and I are working currently through those, and once they receive everything they need, they'll provide me with an update on the timeline for getting that water plan completed. I have no timeline yet from them on getting a cost estimate for the work out at the fire department well, so I'm still waiting on that from them. Energy performance contracting, I have the IGA with Verigy West included in the packet for tonight's town meeting. Once the IGA is approved, I'll be able to proceed with scheduling the audits of the town and the authorities' buildings and infrastructure. Rate and capital asset studies, spoke to Scott today with the Colorado Rural Water Association. He believes he can have a draft rate study and a draft capital asset study to us by next week, possibly sooner. As soon as I receive that, I will send it out to all of you guys for review. And then place it in next month's agenda to be discussed and possibly approved. Safe water protection plan, also with Colorado Rural Water. Gabriel Mata, which is who we've been working with for the last couple of years, is now no longer with them. And I'm now working with Logan Smith. We're determining where we are at with the project. He's going through Gabriel's projects he currently has in place and ones he was finishing and getting up to speed on them. And so there'll be more to come on that once we figure out where we're at and where we need to pick up on that with them. I had a meeting with them last week, and I say them, I've always had a meeting just with Gabriel. He brought 4 other people to the meeting this week, so there's a group working on them now. That's all I got.
Didn't Hickenlooper's office? Didn't we have some funds possibly coming from?
That's the same thing. I'm not understanding Hickenlooper's email, to be honest with you.
Okay.
This one came directly from Bobert's office today, so I didn't go to Hickenlooper's office.
And I'm sure they'll have to pass the budget at the national level, which who knows if that's gonna happen at the end of the month, so.
But, you know, it is positive. They're feeling very positive about it, so. I'm just gonna stay positive with them until I have no reason not to be.
Can I ask where the IGA is between Albert County and us?
It's currently with Albert County. It's setting with their attorney, their new attorney that they hired, and I've not heard back.
Okay.
As far as the timeline is, when they'll get it back to me yet, but it is with them.
So we're not selling water to the county yet.
No,
What they do all summer for their road.
I don't know what they did, to be honest with you. I know they were able to pull water from other municipalities, like they pull it from Simla, and I know they pull it from Elbert. Their preference is not to do that because of the distance they have to haul it once they pull it and the cost that those other municipalities
Right,
charge for it, so.
but we've got to get our water plant finalized.
Yes.
And I asked Paul, just to be clear, you know, I said, we all know this is coming, we all know it's happening. Can we allow them bulk water sales knowing that the update is coming? And he said, no, the verbiage says not until one of those 3 things happen, and it won't be until the water plan is completed and in final form before we can return them.
It should be pretty soon.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? With him? All right, Sasha, you're on.
Okay, well, mine's pretty straightforward. Our water loss did go down by 5%, which is good. So hopefully we're ticking towards back down to smaller digits. There's not much crazy. We did have a couple meters that were not, Paul was checking because it doesn't seem that they are working. So he was gonna check on those because they've been showing 0 use or 0 gallons, which is not, of course, correct. Because pretty much no one uses 0 gallons.
Is that on the new meter?
It's on 2 new meters, yeah. On the old meter, sometimes it'll show that because they don't tick over until it's 1,000, so sometimes it'll show no use because. They're not like these where it's like every single ounce. So I do have him checking 2 of those because I noticed, I was like, there's no way they used 0 gallons, so. There's probably a little bit of that in there. He did replace 10 new meters, which we have updated, so. In Neptune now, we're at 259 meters that are now digital, so, which is good. As far as other things, I sent 4 shut-off letters and 7 you're late letters. So I've had one person, one of the shut-offs pay. So that takes us down to 3. None of the lates yet, but last month everybody paid except for our one outstanding person.
One squatting.
Yes, the one that's camping. So, other than that, nothing crazy. Like I said, I worked with the fire department this week, cause they wanted to know about the meters, and so I figured out how to get into Diamond Maps and export a file that they could use. And it's actually kind of cool. It takes you like into a Google map kind of thing, and so they can see where all the meters are. They just want where the fire hydrants, they want to know where all the fire hydrants were and which ones were locked, so I was able to send that out to them, so. It was pretty cool.
That's handy, yeah.
I was like, oh, figured out something new, so
coming into the 21st century.
I know, I like it when I learn new stuff, so, other than that, I know I'm kinda geeky. Learned something every day. I was so excited. I was like, he was like, can you do this? And I'm like, I don't know if I can. And then I was like, oh, I can. So then, you know, I have to poke it to make sure it works before I actually send it. And I was like, that's
Nice, nice.
it's like awesome.
Thank you, Sasha.
Yeah, so nothing real crazy in my world.
New business.
Nope.
Any new business? All right, old business.
Nothing we haven't,
Most of our stress.
say, nothing we haven't really covered. That's,
Okay,
Right.
that Kim kind of covered.
okay, any other discussion? Correspondence?
Mm.
Boy,
Easy.
we're having a conflict less meetings tonight.
You picked the right night
That's right.
to run it.
All right, I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, at 5:47,
5:47.
5:48,
Wow.
we will
Wow.
adjourn this meeting.